So this video is basically just going to be how I analyze my charts when it comes to Forex. So of course, just as a disclaimer, just keep in mind that everyone, they analyze charts differently. So just because I'm showing you how I analyze my charts doesn't mean that someone else might analyze it the same way. I'm just showing you how I personally analyze charts. So I'm always changing how I analyze charts just in order to get more detailed and increase my success ratio. So that being said, let's get right into the video. What's up guys, it's your girl Candace B here, back with another video. Thank you for coming to my channel. Welcome to my subscribers and welcome to my new ones. Go ahead and click subscribe if you like these type of videos where I share some Forex knowledge. I also, vlog on this channel. So if you like those type of videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you like this video that I'm about to do, then definitely hit that like button. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to be showing you how I analyze this trading pair. It's gold, so it's the gold versus the US dollar, and of course this can apply to any Forex pair. The first thing I want to mention is the time frame that I'm on. So with my type of analysis, I do what is called top-down analysis, and some of you may have heard about this, some of you may have not, but basically what top-down analysis is, in my own definition, is you just go through the different time frames of a chart, starting with the highest time frame where you get kind of an overall view of what's going on, and then you're working your way down and analyzing each time frame until you get to whatever time frame is the lowest that you usually look at, which will show the most detailed part of the chart. So that's why right now I'm starting on the monthly time frame. So this is just a very big overview of gold, where it started back in the 70s up until today, November 1st of 2019. Happy second last month of the year. We are almost in 2020, so that's kind of crazy. So as you can see, a lot has been going on with gold. For quite a few years it's been kind of going up. It reached this top spot and it rejected it twice between 2 months, and now it's kind of going down a little bit. This is kind of weird. Let me change it to the arrow. Maybe this will be better. Yeah. Okay, so I just changed my pointer to an arrow. So yeah, like I was saying, gold had pushed all the way up. It's reached this new high in 2011 August, and then September comes 2011 and boom, it just drops. So it's kind of been going down ever since. It has not reached that high again so far, but as you can see, it's kind of working its way back up a little bit. So with me, I trade what is called naked Forex, and if you want to know what naked Forex is, there is a link in my description under my recommended books list of the book called Naked Forex. Basically just that shows you what naked Forex is. It kind of tells you what it is and how you can trade it and just what the benefits of it are when it comes to trading Forex and whatnot. So yes, I trade a naked chart. I don't use indicators. I used to use EMAs, exponential moving averages, before, to kind of use them as my dynamic support and resistance levels, but I found that they weren't all that helpful, to be honest. And again, like I mentioned in my last video, they lag. With any type of indicator, it lags. I feel like EMAs are probably the most accurate when it comes to indicators if I were to have to choose one, but either way, I still just don't think that they're so beneficial. So yeah, I like kind of training my eye to see what's going on and using different price points and seeing what candlesticks are doing to really just trade. And I feel like that is such a cool skill to have, so I work on that every single day. So with me, what I do instead is I just use kind of, trend lines, channels. I'll use support and resistance here and there just to kind of see. So the first thing that I will do is I'm going to try to map out just kind of where the monthly resistance or support is, because once I go down to the lower time frames, then it'll help me to figure out, okay, what does price want to do in the future. So right now what we're doing is we're forecasting what will happen ideally in the next week to come. So right away I'm just going to take my trend line and I'm just going to draw this here, because right away my eyes kind of go towards that. So of course on the higher time frames it's kind of hard to get it as to get it accurate, but try to be as accurate as possible if you're using these tools. So as you can see, price had gone up, kind of came down, dropped really heavy, started consolidating. So as you can see, price has just been moving sideways. So like I said in my last video, price either is moving up, moving down, or moving sideways. So for quite a few years, to be honest, if you're looking at just the highest time frame, price was consolidating for quite a few years. So now it's kind of broken out of that consolidation, which was kind of right here in this area, and I'll just use kind of a horizontal line to give you a visual. So in this area here, there was consolidation, and as you can see, July 2019, this past summer, it broke out of that, and it kind of looks like it, if I zoom in, it broke out, created this exhaustion wick when it closed and opened again for, this was June's candle. So yes, July's candle had formed a doji of some sort, so it had kind of come back, tested this area that it had broke, which price usually does, and then it continued going up for the next few months. So that's where we're at. And when I draw this trend line, it's a descending trend line that I have drawn. It's kind of interesting because when it comes to trend lines, what the rule that I kind of go by is that I want to see at least three taps on it. So this is kind of the first tap on it that's happening, and you can see that it cleanly rejected this area on the trend line, and it's kind of been going down ever since. So with me, I don't focus too much on the higher time frames in terms of just how long. I don't focus on them for very long. I just kind of like to get my quick little overview, and then like even here I'm going to delete this. I just like to get my quick overview, and then I move down to the lower time frames, because again, like I said, the higher time frames are an overall picture. This is what swing traders use, those traders who stay in the market, or they'll put a position in and hold on to it for weeks, if not months. But I'm not that type of trader. I'm more of a scalper, so I use kind of the mid to lower time frames to get in and out of the market, and then that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't like to focus on it too much. I just wanted to draw that trend line there, and then go down to the next levels. I can even just, I guess for visual purposes, show you that it rejected here, and maybe we'll just keep that there to see how it kind of shows in the lower time frames. So now that the monthly's done, we're going to go down to the weekly, and we're going to get a better idea of what has been happening week per week. So as you can see, this was that consolidation area that we were talking about. June came along, broke out of that, and it's kind of just been making higher highs, higher lows ever since. That is market structure. The ideal market structure, when you're looking for an uptrend, you want to look for higher highs, higher lows. If you are looking for a downtrend, you want to look for lower highs, lower lows. So that's why it's important to kind of use other time frames as well, because from the monthly, it looks like it could be starting some sort of downtrend overall, but on the weekly, it looks like it's pretty strong, pushing up. So last few weeks, it's just kind of been moving kind of sideways, I would say. The wicks, this was a very large wick, large exhaustion wick, kind of came down, and now it's going up. So I feel like gold has more desire to go up just by seeing the candles, just even comparing, like, look how strong this candle was versus all these kind of small little bearish candles. So that can kind of be a way to figure out, okay, maybe it has more juice in it to keep pushing up. But then we always have to keep in mind that, boom, there is a resistance level here based on the monthly, and then there's that downwards trend line channel. So yeah, today's Friday, so the market probably isn't gonna move crazy and just like break this. It'll probably just kind of range in here. So yeah, not really doing too much on the weekly right now, because it's kind of giving me the same information as the monthly in terms of, okay, this was rejected. You see this huge, I don't know the names of candlesticks. I know a lot of people like memorize it. I don't know the names of them. I don't know if this is shooting star or whatever it's called. All I know is that it closed with a bearish body, a long upper wick, which means that it's exhausting. The bears are coming into the market. The bulls are kind of, you know, getting tired. And of course, when I mean bulls and bears, bulls basically means bullish going up, bears bearish going down. So yeah, let's just go on to the daily, because I'm hoping that this is not a long video, but I ramble a lot, and I'm kind of just doing this as I go along, so bear with me, people. Alright, so this is the daily, looking all beautiful. So right away, I'm gonna want to go in and kind of make smaller channels to see what's going on more immediately, what might be, you know, happening in the next few weeks. Let me see if I can draw something here. I don't know. I just kind of do my own thing. This again, everyone analyzes charts differently. There's no specific way to analyze a chart. It's all subjective, because at the end of the day, you are trying to increase your edge, increase your probability margins to be in your favor. So whatever works for you, works for you. So as you can see, I've drawn out this downward channel based on this resistance here. And you can kind of start to visualize that, boom, it's been bouncing, boom, it bounced, boom, it bounced, kind of did its thing here. And now it made its way back up, and it bounced again, came back up, bounced again. There is news because it's the beginning of the month, so NFP always is the first Friday of every month. So it had like a bearish movement, but we'll see a bit better when we go down to the lower time frames. But for me, how I kind of see it is, right away, I'm probably going to be looking for probably sells in the next coming week, just because of the fact that we're at the top of this channel. It's rejected it before in this kind of exact same area. I want to see if it's going to be pushing further down back into this kind of consolidated area here, where, you know, all these candles were not really knowing what they were doing. So yeah, hopefully we see what happens with that. But my bias already, just based on the daily, would be to take sells in the next coming weeks, or week. And yeah, see here. And even when I look left, another thing actually that I just wanted to point out is that you do have to look left, or it would be better for you to look left to see what price did in the past, because of course with Forex, history repeats itself, and that's the reason why so many people are, you know, doing this for a living, is because there are patterns that happen over and over again over years that allow you to kind of give, you know, to make your own analysis and you know, be successful and do this long term. So when I look left, I don't like to look far left. You don't see that I'm, you know, zooming out, I'm looking at, oh, what's going on over here? Well, obviously there's nothing here, but you know what I mean? I'm not looking so far in the past. What I like to do is, when I'm looking left, I'm just looking, you know, at the most recent. This was October 10th, so the last couple of weeks. I'm not looking, you know, too much further. So as you can see, when I'm looking left, I'm seeing a lot of exhaustion. Let me change up the color, because I like colors. I don't like that color. I guess we can use green. Yeah, so as you can see, Ooh, I can't make circles. All these exhaustion wicks, you know, happen in here. Boom, boom, boom. And then obviously, boom. So there's something there. So it's kind of, price has been doing the same thing 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So obviously that increases the chance. So my first confluence, and again, you want to have confluences, you want to have confirmations, a few of them at that, to kind of help your edge in terms of what your analysis is. So my first confluence is, okay, it rejected this monthly resistance level, a very strong resistance level. As you can see, it bounced off twice, and when it bounced, look how strong it moved down. That's another thing to keep in mind, is look how strong the move down was. That just goes to show that the bears did not come to play. They wanted to get in and push it down. So that basically means that gold kind of lost some strength. Something probably happened with the US dollar. You know, Trump probably said something where it gained strength. So kind of coming back down over here. So my first confluence was this rejection. My second confluence is that it's at the top of this descending channel. So we're looking for some sort of push down. Because there's this consolidation area, you know, there might be a push down, some consolidation, further push down, consolidation, push down. So that's kind of what I want to see. With me, I'd probably be waiting to see something break here before I take a sell, but this is at 14.94. So again, I'm going off the daily, so I'm going to go down to the lower time frames and see if that's actually accurate. But that's basically what might be happening, is that, you know, depending on how this candle closes, if it closes similar to this, since there's only a couple more hours till market close, if it closes like this, you know, in this kind of doji formation where it's kind of like it closed close to where it opened, then that is a confirmation candle that, and if it closes bearish, of course, then that's a confirmation candle that, you know, there might be a push further down. So we'll see what happens with that. How do I remove these easily? I don't know how. I'm sure there's some sort of, oh shoot. So yeah, that's the daily. That's kind of what's been going on there. So let's just see what's going to be going on when we go down to the 4 hour. And it's kind of funny because my circles are pretty accurate of what's going on. So we're gonna go down to the 4 hour, we're gonna see a lot more information, and it's gonna look even lovelier. I can't sing, so don't judge me. Alrighty, so we're down to the 4 hour. This is probably my favorite time frame. I just like it because once a candle closes on the 4 hour, like, it gives so much more information of what the next candle is going to do. So it's kind of a good rule of thumb to know that the lower time frames, when they close, it's a weaker confirmation versus when a higher time frame candle closes, that's more of a stronger confirmation of where price wants to go. So boom, 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 we're rejecting. Right now, as you can see, price is definitely it. So this was news around this area. Price just shot down, closed here, and then when it opened for the 9 a.m. So I think news was at 8:15, I think. So when it opened for the 9 a.m., it kind of gave a little small wick, then boom, it pushed all the way up. Again, failed to push past this level and came all the way back down. So we'll see how this 4 hour closes. As you can see on this side, there's 27 minutes left until that candle closes. And again, it's Friday, so at this point you shouldn't even be trading, you should be at the market chilling, living your life. And yeah, it'd be different if, you know, if price was up here and wow, that is my arrows. Don't laugh at my arrows, but it would be different if price was up here, you know, closed up here. Then there might be a possibility that once market opens next week, you know, there might be a candle that comes up here, retests, and then pushes up. So yeah, there's a possibility. You have to, I feel like with trading too, it's always good to kind of have information of what it's going to do if it goes down, what it's going to do if it goes up, just so you're prepared. This is definitely a business of being prepared and just always having a plan in mind. So again, my 4-hour is kind of giving me more confluence about just my analysis before. Why can I not delete this? So yeah, 4 hours kind of giving more confluence that there's rejection. See how it closes, go from there. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Like I said in my previous video, the 3 hour, 2 hour, these are not on MT4. So we're gonna go down to the 1 hour and see what's been going on. Okay, so right now we're looking at price just ranging at this point. Price is just ranging. Again, there was news, as you can see, those spikes. Whenever you see kind of those huge whipsaws, is what we call them, then you know that it's because of some sort of news event. So yeah, news happened here and caused price to just be moving crazy, and now it's kind of consolidating. Not much to really see at this point because I don't know, it's just doing whatever. Like if you look here and see what happened on October 25th, what day was October 25th? Let me double check. October 25th was, oh, October 25th was last Friday, so that's kind of ironic. Look how it just cleanly rejected so beautifully. Like if you had waited for this candle to close and got in on here, set your stop loss, like, you know, above the previous high of this 1 hour, and you got in here. Again, I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head. Depends on your lot size. Always, you know, keep your risk in check. But if you had gotten in here, then that drop would have been beautiful, especially on a Friday. Oh my goodness, that is a great trade. And then, you know, once the week came in, it kind of continued down. So that's something to keep in mind when you're comparing this Friday. You know, it's just doing craziness. Like this is not a good, pretty market to want to trade in. So at this point, you just be staying out, seeing what happens come Monday onwards. So yeah, oops. That's basically really how I analyze charts. There's really not much to it. It's very, very straightforward. I don't know if I'm leaving out any information. I think because it's a Friday, there's not much going on. Let me go down to the 30-minute. Yeah, there's not much going on, so it's kind of hard to see. But again, like I said, my bias is that it's going down, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in the next coming weeks. And that's pretty much what I'm going to stick to. At this point, you're just waiting to see what's going to happen, keeping these kind of key levels in mind, seeing that, you know, once price gets down to these areas, it enters consolidation again. So a lot of times you want to, if you're going to, you know, if you take a sell down to here, once the next week starts, then you're going to want to exit down here or keep your trailing stops really tight so that if it does go down here and let's say it fills this huge wick here, then, you know, you're covered. You put your stop loss in profits and you just let it ride and see what happens. And who knows, you know, it can just keep dropping and dropping and dropping and all the way down to here. Like you never know. So the main thing is with your analysis, you want to definitely forecast what might happen. If I were to be looking for any, if I were to have to change my analysis and be looking for any sort of bullish momentum, I definitely want a close above here. Whether it's today or Monday or Tuesday, whatever the case may be, I need a close up here. I need a retest of this channel, and then I would be, you know, entering in here, stop loss around this area, just kind of, you know, around these areas where there was rejection, stop loss there, because at that point it's broken through that bearish trend. It retests the resistance as support now, and then it's going to continue up. So you want to definitely look out for those type of structures. If you know, are patient, that is the name of this game, is patience, and you just sit on your hands and you wait for these moves to come about and you just execute when you see them, then that is honestly the quickest way to be successful in Forex and to gain that consistency as soon as possible. So yeah, I just gotta keep working on that. Of course, I still have to keep working on my, you know, discipline and my patience, because I'm naturally an impatient person by nature. So, you know, gotta just keep grinding every day and learning from my mistakes. So yeah, that's pretty much how I analyze charts. So like this video if you guys liked how I analyzed it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, because I don't know if I went quick or, or if it was too slow or I was just rambling on, but let me know how you thought of this. Let me know if you kind of analyze charts the same way. If you have any questions, concerns, of course, please leave them in the comments below. Let's talk. Follow my social media, which is going to be in the description below, and feel free to check out my other videos, which will also be in the description below. And then, of course, you can just go to my channel to see more videos. Again, like this video if you like this type of content, and if you want to see more of these type of videos, please subscribe. Thank you so much to whoever has subscribed so far. It's amazing to see, new people coming and, liking my stuff. So I thank you so much for that. And yes, I think that's pretty much it. So again, love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great day, weekend, and life. Bye.